Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? So I was just checking out a couple of different interviews, one with ERROL Spence on ES News, and then the main one that I was looking at was Stephen Espinoza. Saw an interview he did with Seconds Out. And it's very interesting. Good questions asked. Stephen Espinoza was very candid and open with his responses. And the main focus of that interview, or at least the clip that I saw, which was about 5 minutes long, was Terence Crawford versus ERROL Spence, undisputed welterweight championship fight. Very promising, very good information. Very insightful answers and just very promising stuff that I heard from Stephen Espinoza. He pretty much said that the fight is, 2/3 of being done. It's pretty much all but done. They've conquered the fact that both fighters want the fight. The promoters, the networks, you know what I'm saying? The big wigs that's putting the fight together, they want the fight. They could really have a fight at any venue. He mentioned that Stephen Espinoza himself mentioned that he would prefer to have it in Cowboy Stadium, but he's fine, just like ERROL Spence said on the Ellie Seckback ES News interview. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He been said it don't matter where it's at. You know what I mean? Earl will fight Terence Crawford as, like I told y'all, he'll fight him in his mama bedroom at the foot of her bed while she watching TV and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of motherfucker ERROL Spence is. But, you know, he said that he would prefer to have a fight in Cowboy Stadium, but it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But he said the only thing left to do is to come up with a deal financially that makes everybody happy, for the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the fighters are cool with the purses. The people that's involved, that's putting up the money, make sure, it's a deal that's conducive for them as well. So that's the only thing. That's the last hang up. But if you listen to, like I made that post with Terence Crawford, if you watch the interview that he did with Porterway Podcast, he said he 100% sure or confident that the fight is gonna happen. ERROL Spence said, he already talking about, hey, come to the fight if you can. If you can't, order the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? He said, I ain't got to tell Terence Crawford shit at this point. Shit, it's fight time now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't got no more words to say to Terence Crawford at this point. Shit, it's time to fight now. The fight is all but done. They just ironing out those last, financial, you know what I'm saying, situations, just making sure all the money is right at the end of the day. But, this is going to be one of the easiest fights that you can make out of a huge fight of this caliber of fight, of this magnitude of fight that holds the caliber of fighters like a ERROL Spence Jr. or a Terence Crawford. The fact that it's for Undisputed, the fact that both of these guys are in their prime, the fact that these are two Black American fighters and who arguably the two best fighters on the planet in the sport of boxing. The winner, in my opinion, will be crowned as the #1 pound for pound fighter in the sport of boxing. No debate. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing, man. And it's just, it's wonderful to hear, these promising words from somebody who has an immediate hand in getting this fight done. So, but it's about that time. It's about that time it's time to face the music. It's about that time to stand on everything you said, all the shit that you was talking as a Terence Crawford fan or even as an ERROL Spence fan, but especially, let me not even say Terence Crawford fans, but I'm really speaking to the ERROL Spence detractors. You know what I'm saying? Because it's more ERROL Spence detractors than it is Terence Crawford fans. There are true Terence Crawford fans like myself who genuinely fuck with Bud, who enjoy watching him fight. Huge fan of his skill set. his abilities, the demeanor that he brings into these fights, the dog that he have, just the intensity that he brings to these fights, the facial expressions that he make, just the animosity that he takes with him in fights. I mean, the dude damn near stole off on Jose Benavidez at the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? I like shit like that, you know. Bud got that real dog in him. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see how much dog he got in him when he get in there in that ring with Errol Spence, because he gonna test your ass. You feel me? If you ain't never seen Terrence Crawford dog, you gonna see that motherfucker on that night. You gonna see the level of dog that he really got. You gonna see what type of dog Terrence Crawford really is. Errol Spence gonna bring that shit up out of me. You gonna see what type of dog Terrence Crawford really got in him. You know what I'm saying? But for these Errol Spence detractors, these dudes who make a living on tearing down Errol Spence or attempting to, you ain't gonna be successful, and you haven't been successful. That's why your channel don't get no views unless you mention Errol Spence's name, because he the hot topic. You know what I'm saying? So, all these guys who make YouTube videos trying to shit on Errol Spence, trying to downplay Errol Spence, talking about the fight was never gonna happen. Errol Spence, all that heavy lifting, or I'ma get all these belts and then fight Terrence Crawford. It was some bullshit. Whole time he been sticking to the exact same shit that he said he was gonna do, and where he at right now. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford energy been way different since after Errol Spence put them hands on Ugas. Since after Errol Spence told Terrence Crawford, I want Terrence Crawford next. Terrence, I'm coming for the motherfucking belts. Ever since that night, Terrence Crawford energy been way different. And I don't expect Terrence Crawford to be out here, acting a fool and going crazy and shit, but he know what's up. That's why his energy been different, because he know Errol Spence dead serious about everything he's saying. He know that shit. That's why his energy different. You know what I'm saying? He know this shit ain't no game. And he know his ass better be in that motherfucking gym working every waking second of the day to get better. He know that. He know that. You know what I'm saying? But these Errol Spence Jr. detractors, it's time for y'all to stand on the shit that y'all been saying this whole time. I ain't got no choice but to stand on my shit. I got integrity on my channel. You know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers, Terrence Crawford get his ass whooped. Y'all gonna start making goddamn makeup tutorials and shit. You gonna start making videos on how you can braid the longest braid with pink oil moisturizer and shit, starring Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be doing some whole other shit, making y'all gonna change the whole topic of y'all channel and y'all videos and shit. Same thing that happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao. The motherfuckers who was saying Manny Pacquiao was gonna whoop Floyd, I never heard of them again. I never heard from them again. Y'all the same way. You feel me? But see, I got integrity on my channel. Win or lose for Errol Spence, I'm standing on what I said. You feel me? Point blank period. If Terrence Crawford win, I'm going to give him credit as the better fighter. You know what I'm saying? He went out there and did his thing. You feel me? But I'm going to stand on my shit. You feel me? After that fight, my channel still going to be up and running with integrity. You dig what I mean? So, but y'all, it's time for y'all to stand on what y'all said, because see, my whole channel ain't built on tearing down Terrence Crawford. I love Terrence Crawford. I'm a Terrence Crawford fan. I fuck with Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I big Terrence Crawford up. I talk about Terrence Crawford with respect. You know what I'm saying? I treat him with respect. You feel me? I respect what he accomplished in the game. I respect his skill set. I don't call him all type of, bitches and, N-words and, this and that. I don't try to tear down his character as a man like y'all motherfuckers do with Errol Spence. So that's really time for y'all to stand on that shit. I got integrity. You motherfuckers don't hold that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. All these fans, the motherfuckers that be in the comments and shit, yeah, it's finna be time for y'all to stand on all that shit y'all said. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to changing your name, your username up. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to deleting past comments and all that. It's time for y'all to stand on that shit y'all said. Because when Errol Spence get Terrence Crawford in that ring, man, it ain't going to be pretty for him. He going to put a beat down on Terrence Crawford, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. We really going to see what type of killer Terrence Crawford is, because Errol Spence is going to force him to bring it out. Because you probably going to see the killer in Terrence Crawford before he gets ended. You know what I'm saying? I think you going to see that before he get ended. You going to see if he gonna tuck his tail when shit get real in there because now he finally got somebody in there who gonna fight him back, or you gonna see him bring that dog out and then then he gonna get ended. Everything gonna be over with after that. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna fight to the death. That's the type of dude I perceive Terence Crawford to be. You know, but we gotta see it now. We gotta see it. You know, like I said, now it's time for y'all to stand on that shit that y'all been saying. The fight is about to be announced soon. Trust me. Don't be surprised over these next few weeks. We get an announcement, we get a date, we get a venue. Me, I would prefer it to be, I really don't care where it's at, honestly. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's for ERROL Spence. You know, a lot of fighters have trouble fighting at home. ERROL Spence relish in those moments. But ERROL Spence also relish being on the road too, or being in a neutral ground. So I think either way, ERROL Spence gonna get fuel. And if we being honest, just from based off what I seen, ERROL Spence probably be even more fueled fighting away from home. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna be even more focused fighting away from home because he ain't trying to get no home run knockout. He gonna be in that bitch focus. So it'll probably behoove ERROL Spence to fight in Vegas as opposed to fighting in Cowboy Stadium. But like I said, it don't matter to me either way. You know, I would love for it to be in Texas. But hey, if that bitch in Vegas, shit, that probably spells even more danger for Terence Crawford. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. How do y'all feel about, you know, the when you think this fight gonna get announced? You know, what date do you think the fight gonna happen on? You know what I'm saying? Are you looking for a July? Well, it's May now. Are you looking for a late July, August, maybe even a September, October, November date? What date do you think this fight gonna happen around? And, you know, how soon do you think we're gonna get an announcement? I think it's an announcement coming very, very soon. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.